So I feel like this needs to be talked about. So I just had a client yesterday named Alberto. He joined the team and I asked him this question up here, right? And I have it on my other screen so I can actually just read it off to you guys before I post this. And I said, I always ask new team members this question, but with all the coaches out there nowadays, why did you pick me? And he said, I picked you because it's a program I've seen work time and time again with your highlights and your clients. You help people not just make a lifestyle change, but maintain it too. All right. So one, I said, thank you, but also it just made me start to reflect on myself. And I said, okay, yes, I do make people have a lifestyle change. It's not just some one-stop quick fix or whatever the case may be, but what's the real reason behind that? And after thinking, this kind of became very apparent to me and I need to talk about it. And what I'm talking about is this, and I'm also going to tell you how it affects you, okay? If you are going to take your hard-earned money and you are going to invest to finally take a change in your life, and you're going to invest in a coach, whether it's on the internet, whether it's in person, whatever the case may be, you better be sure that coach understands where you are, where you have been, and where you want to go. Okay? And the reason this is important is this. In this day and age, when you have so many people saying, oh yeah, I can be your coach, man, I made a little bit of progress. Or, hey, I can be your coach, I lost a little bit of weight. I don't care how good they look. All right? And I'm not talking about every single coach because there is a diamond in the rough here and there. But if these people do not understand what it's like to be stuck overweight and lose that weight, or be stuck skinny and struggling to gain that weight, they are not going to be able to relate to you. I literally had to take bullet points for this because just thinking about it just now, I couldn't even organize my thoughts. You're going to run the risk of that coach coaching you with, number one, a lack of deep empathy for you and the things you go through. Number two, potential toxic positivity and maybe even dismissive coaching habits when it comes to you. Number three, unrealistic expectations for you. Number four, missing the huge identity shift component and potential even imposter syndrome that you're going to have as you go through a gigantic physical transformation. And number five, they also might only teach you from theory and science and not experience. And while yes, in a perfect world, if I say, eat this, lift this, and do this, your body will change. Yes, that's true, but it is almost never, ever, ever, ever that easy. They don't understand the shame, the feeling of, is this even going to work? Is this even possible? I've been getting ridiculed. I've been getting made fun of. Everything I've tried hasn't worked. They don't understand, like, all of those things that happen along a journey from either going from fat to fit, or just even from skinny to finally getting some muscle on your body. They're not going to understand that. So when you talk to them, they don't know how to relate to you and put themselves in your shoes. Now, let me give you some examples, right? If you're a former fatty like me, I still got the stretch marks. Or if you're a current fatty, right? You start working with a coach and they've never been on your side of that weight scale, right? They're not going to understand that disgust that you have when you look in the mirror. That disgust you feel when you put on clothes and you start pulling your shirt and you're like, oh my God, this is awful. The shame that you might, the fear of even just getting to the gym, just even getting out the car, walking to the door. You feel like you're going to get out, all the spotlights are on you. The people just staring at you like, look at you. The shame around even eating something healthy for once, right? You're eating a salad for the first time. You know, you got people looking at you like, man, look at this dude eating a salad. You don't want that damn salad. Look at it. What is this, right? Then you go eat a cupcake. You get something sweet that you like. And you're like, yup, you keep eating that sugar. You fatty. Fatty, exactly how you're supposed to. You just can't win. They're not going to remember. They're not going to understand that. And the fear of like, if I try this, I failed so many times. Is this even going to work for me? If they've never been there, they're not going to understand all that stuff you went through. And to all my current skinny and underweight people, I told you I've been there before too. After I lost the weight, I became bulimic and anorexic because I lost the weight the wrong way, right? If you work with a coach that's never been on that side, they're not going to understand that, like, I feel too small to even matter. I just feel like I'm just living in obscurity. You're just going around your friends, you're getting brushed to the side like, oh, look at little dude over there. Look at that's just little dude, right? Skinny guy, right? You finally get that confidence. Like, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym today. You get in there, you hitting the bench press, right? 10, 15-pound dumbbells, just screaming, about to die, right? Giving it all you got. Put those weights down, look to the left, look to the right. You got people, maybe even your friends hitting 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And you're like, damn, I'm little dude in here too. And you're like, you know what? It's time for me to start eating. You go home, you're starting to eat more. You're starting to eat more. And you're like, bro, I can't even eat anymore on a day-to-day basis. I feel so full. I'm not gaining weight. I'm lifting. What's going on? I don't know how to break this barrier. If you work with a coach that's not been there before, you are shooting yourself in the foot. They're not going to be able to relate to you. They can't even guide you through that because they've never been there before. I don't care how they look. And something I just thought about, which was one of the worst parts for me, is that there's pain on both sides of the coin that neither side of the coin can see sometimes. There's skinny people looking at overweight people sometimes like, oh man, I wish I could gain weight, man. It's so hard. You have overweight people looking at the skinny people saying, oh, I wish I could eat anything that I wanted to and never gain weight. That'd be amazing. Meanwhile, skinny person just doing anything to gain weight. Big person's doing anything to lose that weight. And sometimes people, like, they just can't see that. Like, it's an equal pain. You're pretty much just going trauma for trauma and pain for pain at that point. So if you're going to take your money, your hard-earned dollars, and invest in a coach, right, and that you're going to trust to get you from point A to point B, you better be critical of them and be sure they can help you. If they haven't been there, be sure that they have invested enough in the mental game and the mental aspects of everything to be able to understand what you are going through and get you through it. Because it is not as easy as just lift this, eat this, and do that. It's never that. There is deep emotional stuff that goes on. Man, and I could go on and on about this, but at the end of the day, whether you're tired of hiding yourself in big clothes or you're tired of being overlooked because you feel small, the truth is the same. You've been surviving in a body that doesn't even feel like your own. Let's fix that.